I want to bring in Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss. Congressman, you've been listening to some of Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech. Your reaction, I mean, he had some obviously very fiery language aimed at the United Nations and the people he sees as the enemies of the state of Israel. What did you make of that?
The Prime Minister has always been a powerful orator, and I agree with his strong defense of Israel's right to protect itself and its citizens. I agree that Israel seeks peace and trade and Iran seeks the destruction of Israel. I agree that Hamas must have no role in post-war Gaza. But right now what Israel needs is not just an orator. Israel needs a strategist. Israel needs somebody who can connect the righteous objectives of their war, repopulate northern Israel, get the hostages home, have post-war governance that excludes Hamas in Gaza. They need to connect those objectives with the tactics of the IDF. That's what political leadership is meant to do. Here's what we're trying to fight for, here's how we're fighting, but then here's how we're going to get that done. And there has been an insufficiently coherent and multilateral strategy from the Prime Minister, and he needs to take this opportunity to put one in place.
And when he says we're going to fight until we achieve total victory in Gaza, I mean, that does not sound as though a ceasefire deal is anywhere on the horizon. I mean, how can the Biden administration approach this now? I mean, it seems like Netanyahu has laid his cards on the table.
I think total victory in Gaza needs to be defined just as much from Sinwar's perspective as from Netanyahu's perspective, which might sound like a startling statement. But what I mean is Sinwar doesn't fear death and destruction in Gaza. Indeed, he welcomes it. What he fears is reconstruction. He fears an alternative to Hamas that offers an agenda of economic redevelopment and security and infrastructure investments and education for the Palestinian people. And if Israel was able to architect a Palestinian-led, Arab-supported, Western-backed alternative to Hamas, that is victory in Gaza. He has yet to do that.
And, you know, when he refers to the UN as an anti-Israel flat earth society, I mean, obviously Netanyahu not known for his diplomatic language, but to go into the United Nations and throw that kind of rhetoric around, I mean, what's your response to that?
Well, the United Nations has decades of a shameful double standard regarding Israel behind it. And so some of that rhetoric is justified by the UN's actions. And it's shameful that UN delegates couldn't even see fit to sit and listen to a democratic nation talk about its vision and its right to defend itself and its goals to unite the Middle East in peace and trade. So those delegates should have been sitting there, and they need to stop excoriating Israel to the exclusion of Iran and Syria and North Korea and Venezuela and other states that don't receive nearly the same opprobrium that the Jewish state does.
All right, Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.